Muy bien, chicos, ahora vamos a estudiar 8.4, página 286, page 286, superlativos. Bien, ok, tenemos aquí, both English and Spanish use superlative to express the highest or lowest degree of equality. Here's the translation of three examples. Tenemos, the best es el mejor o la mejor. The worst, el peor o la peor. The tallest, el más alto o alta. It depends of the gender of the noun that you're talking about. Let's see. This construction is used to form superlative. Note that the noun is always preceded by the definite article and that de is equivalent to the English in or of, sorry. Here, let's see what it's talking about. We need to use the definite article. What are the definite articles? Definite articles, el, la, los, and las. Then we use the noun. We'll see an example in a few seconds. Then we need to use más or menos, which means more or less. Yeah, that's the translation. Now, here, we're going to use only highest or lowest degree. The translation of más is more. Translation of menos is less. But here you will see how the meaning changes in a little bit. Then we have adjective and plus de and something else. Let's see. Here, the noun can be omitted if the person, place, or thing referred to is clear. For example, el restaurante Las Delicias, the restaurant Las Delicias, es, you see, es, it is, el, we have one of the definite articles, el más elegante de la ciudad. Es el más elegante de la ciudad. Más elegante de la ciudad. Here, we are not mentioning the noun because it is understood, it is clear. El restaurante Las Delicias, oh, we know that we're talking about restaurants, so we don't have to mention the noun, which is supposed to come right after the definite article. We're supposed to say, es el restaurante más elegante de la ciudad. But we don't have to mention it because we know that we're talking about restaurants. One more time. Es el más elegante adjective, so we use el más, we're not saying the noun, so más, then the adjective is elegante, then we say de la ciudad, the city. We need to mention like a set. We're comparing, we're saying that this is the highest or lowest degree of any set. If we don't mention from what set, it's not clear. Yeah. If you just said, es el más elegante, period, but from what? El más elegante of the country, of the city, of the county, we need to know de what? De la ciudad. Okay, now, it is the most elegant in the city. And here is when we translate más or menos in a different way. When you say más elegante, we're saying the most elegant. Yeah, más in this case is most. Más by itself is more. When we use it with comparisons of equality and inequality, remember the last topic? Más elegante in this case. Sorry. Let's take a look at this one. This example. Recomiendo el pollo asado. Es el más sabroso del menú. Here, I recommend the roast chicken. It is the most delicious of the menu, on the menu. If you notice here, we're using also es at the beginning, before the definite article. Es if you're talking about one thing. Son if you're talking about more than one thing. But normally when you compare the highest or lowest degree, it's only one thing. Es, now, el, we're using el. Más, we're using más here instead of menos. Then we have the adjective, sabroso. Sabroso, delicious, de el menú. So from the menu, in the menu, the roast chicken is the most delicious. Not from the entire city, not from the entire restaurant, or sorry, no, not from the entire country, but just the menu in this restaurant. Yeah, so we need to know what set we are talking about. Bien, él es el más sabroso. Here, we are not saying the noun because it is clear. Es el what? the dish, ¿no? The dish, el plato más sabroso del menú. Bien? So here is the first rule. You don't have to mention the noun when it is clear. We need to use this order of the words, this el, la, los, or las, then the noun if necessary, más or menos, adjective, and the what set. The country, the menu, the city, the classroom, maybe. Here, there are some irregular superlative forms. Yeah, this is very important. You guys need to remember. And we're going to practice in the classroom, of course. But here, they are adjective, and this is a superlative form. This is the regular form, in other words, the regular degree, and this is how it becomes irregular when you use it as superlative. For example, bueno or buena means good, but the best is el mejor o la mejor. You need to use the article, el or la, in this case. It depends on what you're talking about, yeah? The gender of the noun that you're talking about. Bueno becomes el o la mejor. Good is here, el o la mejor is here, the highest degree in this case. Malo is bad or mala. Mala. Now, el o la peor, the worst. Mala is here or malo, the worst is the lowest degree in this case. Bien. Here, very important. Grande means grown or grown up. Grande is used in some countries like for age. Bien. There's another word that we use for age as well. You will see in a little bit. Grande means adult or grown up, no? El mayor o la mayor is the oldest from a set. It can be from the family, from the classroom, from whatever. Yeah. Pequeño o pequeña has two meanings. Young, in this case, the textbook is going to translate it like young, like talking about age. Now, pequeño. Now, what is the lowest degree? El o la menor, the youngest one of any set. Yeah, we always, when we use superlative, we compare one item from one set. It can be the classroom, the restaurant, the menu, the country, the city, the planet, etc. Joven is another word that we use for age. Joven means also young. If you say pequeño or joven, either or is correct, and the context will tell you also which one you're using and what you're referring to. Joven is young. And here, the same thing. El o la menor, the youngest one. Yeah, it's the same thing. But don't forget, pequeño o pequeña refers to age also, and joven is also pequeño o pequeña, about talking about age. But the opposite is viejo o vieja. Viejo o vieja is old. Viejo o vieja. Now, the oldest one in one set is el mayor o la mayor, the oldest. Okay, as you know, pequeño also means small for objects, like the cell phone is small, ¿no? El celular es pequeño. La computadora es más grande que el teléfono. Bien, la universidad es grande. El teléfono es pequeño. Okay, here, this is the irregular superlative. Now, let's talk about there is another way to use superlatives. The absolute superlative is equivalent to the extremely or super or very. To form the absolute superlative of the most adjectives and adverbs, drop the final vowel if there is one, and add isimo or isima. Yeah, isimo or isima or isimos or isimas, either or. Let's take a look at an example. Malo, which means what? Malo is here. Malo is bad. Okay. Malo becomes malísimo. You drop the O and you have left M-A-L. You attach isimo. Why isimo with O? Because the first word, the original word is malo with O. It's masculine. So you say malísimo. Ejemplo, el bistec está malísimo. No, el bistec está malísimo. So this bistec, the steak, no, is very, very, very bad. Yeah, extremely bad, super bad. Bien. Another one, mucho, mucho is what? Very, right? Mucho, you drop the O, you have M-U-C-H, then you attach ísimo. Again, ísimo with O, because mucho, the original word has an O as well. Comes muchísimo. In other words, you eat a lot or very much. Yeah, you eat too much. Comes muchísimo. Note the spelling changes here. When there's some exceptions to this rule, when you need to be careful with spelling. Rico, which means delicious, you drop the O, and because of the sound, because of the phonetics, we need to change and use QU. Riquísimo. Bien, riquísimo de QU. QU. Fácil, facilicísimo. Largo, larguísimo. With GU. Larguísimo. Joven, jovencísimo. Sí es feliz, felicísimo. Trabajador, trabajadorcísimo. We don't use these expressions too often, but people do it. Sometimes you will hear people talking like this, depends on what country you're traveling. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.